I've always wanted to grow my own kumara. I don't know how well they actually grow on the South Island. I think you can grow them. Anyway, apparently you've got to have the soil quite loose. So I'm making these piles and breaking it up like this, just getting it so the ground's half loose. And this is ground that I've put a lot of fertiliser in, a lot of sheep shit, chicken shit, broken down coffee grounds. So that'll be where I put my slips when they come. You can make them yourself, or you can buy them for about 50 cents each here in Mapua. Anyway, how you going, brothers? The occasional sister. I'm in the garden, and today I'm talking about, well, the deception that went on in our country, New Zealand here, and how we were deceived and lied to. And it gets a bit tiresome hearing it, but like a scratched old record that keeps on saying the same old thing, I'll keep on doing it till there's a bit of justice for those that have lost their jobs, those that have lost their businesses, those that have been divided with their family and their friends and their loved ones, those that have lost their health, and worst of all, those that lost their lives. We had a Prime Minister that said that they would be the only source of true information that could be trusted, and to take everything else with a grain of salt during our pandemic when it started. And my children were mandated to have a therapeutic intervention that was never tested over a long term. And you guys that know me will know that one thing that I always go on about is anything we ingest or take into our body on a period of time, for a long extended period of time, or even short to some degree, needs to have some science behind it. And we were told to follow the science. Well, science always says that for something to be trusted, you need long-term studies with hard endpoints, not short things. Otherwise, every fad, every diet would be perfect, and it's not. We look at things in a long term, and that's how we get the information. So to expect our children and our loved ones and us to have something that could possibly do harm without being notified of the potential side effects is unthinkable. Yes, it was a time where there was uncertainty, and you could make up a lot of excuses for it. But let's face it, the pharmaceutical companies made over $100 billion during this, and a whole lot of other people made money out of it too. And today there's been a lot of suffering, and those people are suffering are not getting compensated like they should be. They're getting swept under the rug. They're not being validated. And that's a crime, isn't it? That's a bloody crime. So they told us the words safe and effective. If you know anything about medicine, you know that there is no such thing as safe and effective for any medication. And I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I'm pro-vaccine. I've seen what polio looks like. When I was a young man, I saw an older guy with polio. Terrible. The polio vaccine has pretty much made that so we don't see it in New Zealand much today anymore. Meningitis, it takes the limbs off young children, can be saved with a vaccine. A lot of things can. But of course there are those out there that are anti-vaxxers, and they've got their good reasons because they have seen the adverse effects, and it's a numbers thing. It's like in medicine, you weigh up how much damage are we going to do, how much good are we going to do, and you make the call. But that should be up to each individual person to decide, not to be mandated upon them. So they told us safe and effective. Well, it was neither that effective. It was average at least. But when you've got something that mutates so rapidly, it was never going to keep on being good, was it? Couldn't keep up with the mutation of the virus, because it's a virus that mutates so fast. And now we know, of course, it wasn't that safe, particularly for young men. We've got to learn by this. We've got to learn by it. Not let that happen again. A lot of you got marginalised. A lot of you clever people that were critical thinkers said, no, I'm not going to go along with this. You got marginalised, you got separated from your family and your loved ones, you lost your jobs, some of you lost your businesses, some of you lost so much that it's unthinkable. Like, lost your lives. That's a fact. We're not hearing anything about it. Not on the mainstream media, we're not. When the virus came out, man, they just wanted to publish as much as they could about all the bad stuff, who's dying of this and dying of that. But now there's a body of people that are reading, that'll do, calm down. Now there's a body of people that are struggling, the aftermath of it, because of the mandates, that either lost their job or sick now, or blood clots, or all sorts of things. Then they're not talking about that, are they? Food for thought. Anyway, I hope you're not affected, and if you are, make some noise about it. Don't be scared to be marginalised. Stand up. Speak your mind. I'm going to carry on digging this Coomera patch, and we'll catch you soon. Go steady. See you later.